Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, and how wonderful it is to have you here in our presence. We always celebrate the times when the children of the light come and join us. For when you are in our presence, we see you smiling in the light, and we hear your thoughts, and we heal you. We heal your ways to make you stronger, to give you that strength, to give you that love, and to give you deep guidance. When you're here with us, we strengthen your energy bodies so that your ways become more smoother and you gain more clarity. And when you have more clarity, you can look into your life with greater love and wisdom, and you begin to flow with higher love and higher guidance. So we always say, blessed are those who come to the light. Blessed are those who hear these teachings being spoken. For when you are here in our presence, we treat you so well. You are our guests. And when we host a party, we treat our guests so well. We give you a meal with deep spiritual food that nourishes every part of you. We give you the greatest spiritual wine to help you rejoice in the light, to help you understand the ways of the light, to help you become more at peace with yourselves. What will you receive tonight? What will you receive at our beautiful feast? You will learn higher ways of love and higher ways of receiving deeper peace within you, to help you walk a calmer life, guided, so that you become stronger within yourselves. You will also learn so much about the choices you have, about stepping into the light or staying in the pain. For everything is a choice you have. So you are going to learn about the deeper plays. And you will also learn about stepping into a deeper relationship with yourself on a higher level. So welcome to these most beautiful plays and most beautiful teachings. I will draw back now for a moment to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through for you with a beautiful blessing, and then I shall return. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Greetings. Akumoha Harima. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess we always celebrate the times when we come through channels, because when we come through channels, we have ears that listen, and we have hearts that listen too. And so that makes us very excited. And we love being in states of excitement when we can greet the family of light upon the earth. For we say, whenever we meet the children of the light on the earth, our hearts become greater, because the more that we can share our flows of light, the greater our light love flows become. And that is more important to Pleiadians in the light than anything else. For when we dwell in the light, we understand higher evolution and higher wisdom. We reach up higher on our beautiful levels of wisdom. And we would like to celebrate that wisdom together with you. For it is your time to rise. It is your time to awaken. It is your time to play in the great flows of light. So, I would like to bring a beautiful prayer to you, to open your hearts to the flows of light, so that you hear these words and you feel these words being spoken, and you are going to celebrate the light together greatly into the future. And at that time, we will send all our divine flames to your earth, and we will truly celebrate all the light together. And that is what we are looking forward to. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I have returned. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. And each time we as divine beings come through to speak to the people, we bring our great healings of love to you. For it is indeed the time to shine in the light and to grasp higher teachings from the light, so that the light becomes a part of you. For you are all a part of the light. You come from the spaces of light. And the more you become part of the light, the more that light will cleanse you to help you become stronger and more powerful within, so that nothing will stop you from reaching your higher goals any longer, so that life becomes easier to live in. Imagine for a moment if you awoke every day and life was so much easier than at this moment. Imagine if you could control all your fear and your lower emotions, and you could bring everything higher up to a higher energy of love to create a stronger path for your awakening flows. Imagine if you knew how to do everything in your life. If you had goals and you became so clear with those goals, and you could create the steps towards those goals, and nothing would stop you from achieving those goals any longer. Imagine becoming so clear in your life so that your happiness was so great. Imagine if your gifts within became so strong and so powerful that whatever you touched in life became more powerful and became more loving, so that you saw yourself as a pillar of strength and a pillar of love. Can you go there with your minds, dear friends? Can you understand that these states can be achieved and beyond? Imagine living like that. Imagine not suffering anymore what the majority of people suffer with, but to stand strong in your power and stand strong in your might. To understand how greatness in life can be yours to have every day. How can you achieve these flows then, dear brothers and sisters? How can you learn to live in this love? Because these are the love frequencies that we are taking you into. And these are the frequencies which are awakening every day more and more upon your plane, so that you can step apart from all the other people who are suffering with their ways, and you step into alignment with higher love. For everything in your life is only an illusion, as you well understand, and you have the choice between playing in the dimensional flows, whether it is the pain and the fear or the higher ways of love. And to become that pillar of love for your life is so important now. Why is it important? Because these are the ascension times when mankind will awaken to higher flows, and we are awakening you to a higher path. Again, it first comes down to the desire. How much do you desire to climb up higher into the higher flows? How much do you believe that it is possible to live your life in the higher flows every day to become more love? How much do you understand the ascension flows that are upon your earth at this moment to make your choices wider and greater. Do you see that there is another path ahead of you? This path of love is difficult to find at this moment, and not many people can see the higher path of love. It is hidden beyond the forest and hidden in the mountains, and one must search with a map. One must keep wanting to search, and in the darkness they carry the torch, and they see the path of light, but the courage needs to be within to walk upon the path of light. Why is the courage needed? Because on this path there is so much healing to take place. It is a path of understanding the depths of your being. It is far easier to ignore the healing path and to be where everyone else dwells, the majority on the great path that everyone can see. Even when it is raining, you can see that path because there is no struggle needed to be on that path. For indeed everyone who doesn't understand the path of the light dwells upon it. We say, little ones of the light, see the higher path of love, because it is the higher path of evolution. And when you walk upon this path, your evolution is so great, and this is why you came here to this plane to heal. It is so beneficial for you to heal and to be in the light and to find the greater teachings for you. For it is in these teachings you will find the peace and the love flows. And it is in these greater ways that you will truly find your deeper self. But again, the question is, do you have the desire to climb upon the higher path? Or are the struggles so great that you decide to stay on the greater path of mankind? That is easier to walk upon. It is so easy to numb yourself and not to care about climbing into the light. And yet we say it is easier to walk in the light and to feel guided and to find your deeper happiness rather than in the struggle path. But it is so that the majority of the energies of the people know nothing else. So it is so easy to become that and to feel yourself flowing on the majority of those levels. For the light is where the minority lies at this moment, and when there is a minority, it is more difficult to grow in the light flows because it takes strength and courage. Many people will be wondering how you are doing the light flows when you are walking on the higher path, for your higher gifts become awakened, and the majority on the other path do not recognize the higher gifts, and they say, what is it you are awakening to? And it might frighten them so much. We say to you, be happy when you find the higher path of love, for you will feel your angels with you always. And we can send you so much courage and healing, and we can give you so much strength and guidance. And so overflows. And look, the shepherds, the archangels are guiding the flock to the greater flows of light, where the pasture is greener and stronger, so that those who are on the path of light may fatten themselves with spiritual food and strength, and they will no longer hunger anymore, nor thirst anymore, because they are fulfilled. The ones on the other path, they are starving spiritually and always looking for higher direction, but because they have their sunshades on and they cannot see the higher path, they cannot find it. And so in their struggles they will keep looking and hoping, and the ones on the higher path, they are reaching out their hands to those on the greater path, and they are saying, "Come, dear brothers and sisters, find the higher nourishment. Do you see the great light? Do you hear the great Lord being with the people? Do you see how the great Lord has returned to the people?" These were the same teachings as 2,000 years ago when I worked with my channel Joshua, and he taught the people these same teachings. "Jesus," they said, "Jesus, show us how to go to the higher path." And Jesus came to the little ones and he said, "Look within your hearts, for the higher path is in your heart. It is where you will find the greater peace flowing in your life. Always follow your sacred heart, for your sacred heart is where you will find the higher guidance." And many of the people rejoiced with the thought, and then they became more confused. So they kept going back to Jesus when he was speaking, just like this channel, Suzanna, Maria, Emmanuel. Imagine you sitting in front of Jesus, and he closed his eyes and he began to speak about the greatest wisdom coming from Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. "Look, the Father has come to you, and the Father is speaking these words to you, and all the children of the light will hear the Father speak, for the Father is in the greatest heavens, always looking which children are listening to these words, and who is desiring to come to the light." And he is saying, "Come, dear children, for it is in the quiet you will find the light. It is in the quiet you will hear the words being spoken. It is not out there. It is not when the preachers reach up high and speak from their temples and speak when they are speaking. It is the ones who are listening within who find the higher road of truth." And then Jesus sent them away, and they would learn to listen. But it was so beautiful how the children found the higher path first. And Jesus always had time for the little children, and he always spent time time sitting with him. And many of his friends would say, "Go away, dear children. Jesus has no time for you, for it is the adults he must teach." And Jesus said, "Stop, dear friends, for it is the little ones that I must reach, because the little ones will teach the adults. It is the little ones who understand these words, for they are remembering the higher ways of wisdom. The adults need to learn again to step into their truth and their deeper connection, because they have forgotten because of their fears." And so Jesus spent so much time speaking to the children, and the children began to speak with angels in their hearts, and they began to heal with the angels in their hearts, and they began to go back to their parents and speak truth and love. And so the following grew and grew. Why? Because the children found the truth and the higher path so much easier than the adults. And they began to speak together in their families. And the families became so strong within themselves. And they began to understand the higher flows of freedom. And when they heard Jesus speaking about freedom, they began to understand it, because they knew that there wasn't a God who punished them, but that their lives was eternal, and that they would never truly die, and they would always be loved by the Father in the heavens. And this was their greatest gift of all. We are also calling upon the children in the light today, because I have returned now with my channel, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, and I will use no other channel to transmit my words or energies to mankind, because of her sacred purpose and what is to come for your deep ascension levels. We are calling the people who are understanding these words, and we are saying to you, have trust in the light once again. Learn how to flow in the deeper flows of light by desiring it, by asking your guides to come to you, by asking for cleansing to happen in the light, by asking for higher evolution and higher love flows. For when you open the quietness of your heart, you will stand so strong in your power flows, and you will find that higher path. You will see the shepherds, you will hear them calling, you will be taken to greater pastures of strength, and those pastures will fatten you with deep spiritual food. So please, dear friends, dear children in the light, see these prophecies coming true. I promised the people 2,000 years ago that I would return to the people to bring them the higher flows of love and of freedom. And when we promise something, dear friends, they are deep prophecies, and they must be fulfilled. And I, sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, have returned now. Are you awake to these times? Are you seeing these times happening upon your plain? Do you hear the great Master calling? Do you have your torches ready so that you walk the higher path of love and receive the deep blessings? So we congratulate each one of you that sees, that hears, that understands, and that is walking the higher path of freedom. So in this teaching, you have learned so very much. You have healed on deeper levels than you recognize at this moment, for you are seeing the deeper spiritual path opening before you, when so many people are going to climb the higher road of love and abandon the wider road of easiness. Learn to flow in the greatness and come off that wider road, for it seems easy. There is not much healing to be done on that road. However, on the greater path, your blessings are so great. And you will find your angels, and you will find how Spirit will heal you on those deep levels, and you will understand deep power within you growing. So we always guide the ones who are on that road. Why? Because they are the people who listen to our voices. They are the ones who hear us speaking. They are the ones who hear us calling. And we will guide you to spaces and places of